Back at Oak Valley Golf Course in Beaumont with Neil Johnson. Not the round you wanted today, Neil, with the 77, but in these kind of things, you have your good days, you have your bad. When you have a day like today, how do you handle that, and how do you react to this one versus a good round that gets you through to a Monday?
I don't know. I guess I'm going to try and take something positive out of today. There wasn't much, though. I mean, there was just awful swings, awful shots. So you kind of maybe just forget about it and just say, all right, I'm driving back to Phoenix tonight, go to bed, wake up tomorrow and pretend like I was never even out here. I don't know. Kind of like that. Yeah, I mean, because I like to take something positive from every round, every tournament that I can, but about the only thing maybe positive from this one is like, okay, this is maybe rock bottom or close to rock bottom of like, okay, now let's get refocused, get restarted. I mean, because I felt like I'd been close, but also the line of being close for a month or so, or where my game is right there. That the line of being right there to being absolutely horrible is a fine line, I guess, at least in tournament golf. And I think I was straddling more on the, falling off the cliff as opposed to finding my game. And because, like I said, the swing, it was bad out there. It felt really bad. It didn't feel good at all. And putting felt bad too. So it's like, all right, let's just kind of do a reboot, restart.
Yeah, well, we talked on the walk from 18 up here about being in that bubble. And you're normally pretty good at that. Did you feel you were good about it today? And how tough is it when you just, you don't know the, we were out here 2 days ago and it was, howling. Today's a great day and scores are going to be low.
Yeah, today was perfect. So warm, perfect. And then, but I try and be in the bubble, but I wasn't in the bubble today. I mean, I didn't freak out or anything like that. I didn't try and get too negative or too down on myself, but it's just like my mind is just not there, it's 50% kind of focused on golf and 50% kind of focused on, things, whatever, other things back in Phoenix, things on my to-do list, stupid other stuff. And it's just like, all right, that when I'm playing good and when my mind's focused, there's not much else going on. It's just like, okay, what's my yardage? What's it effectively playing? What's the wind? This or that? Okay, make a swing with one swing thought. And today there wasn't even a swing thought because I never even got there. It was just about, okay, like what's going back home in Phoenix or this or that. And so that bubble, I gotta try and get back into it. And that's kind of where that restart or that the reboot. Hopefully I can get that going here to get some thoughts in my head, or just to get that refocus as opposed to trying to, I don't know. Even just thinking about what I did last year or trying to capture last year's success. Even that, I don't like thinking about that thought because, I don't want to live in the past. You just kind of got to keep moving forward and focus on some other stuff every year or some other way, to keep yourself focused.
A couple of you guys that are chasing these things out here, what advice do you have for people who might be close to being in your shoes that want to give this type of opportunity a try? I mean, you probably have you could probably list off a dozen things that are unique about a PGA Tour, especially this pre-qualifier, and especially in California, where you go from whatever it was in Hawaii in terms of a very generous number that advanced through to here, where I think it's 8.
Yep. Well, today's gonna be 5 in
5.
ties. Yep. Or even Phoenix was 4 in ties. These West Coast ones are brutal, with the exception of Hawaii isn't the West Coast, but these West Coast ones are so tough because it's beginning of the year. Everyone has money, and everyone thinks, oh, it's a 45-minute drive, or for me, it's a 4-hour drive. It's like a piece of cake, and so a bunch of people are trying it, and regardless of who's trying it. If my game is good, if I'm actually playing well, it doesn't matter. I know I can get through. Like when I was out here just 3 weeks ago and I missed it by 1 shot, even though my game was pretty sloppy, I still grinded well. So when I got done, I kind of had that feeling like, okay, my game, I'm a good enough player that I'm going to be right in that bubble, and I missed it by 1 shot. But still, there's so many guys that try these things, and you have to be able to play well. And for me, with Monday qualifiers, I've never really cracked the code on them. I've gotten through one. It was the first one I ever tried back when I was an amateur. It was a nationwide event, and ever since then, I've missed a bunch by one shot or two shot, and whereas a big tournament, 3-day, 4-day tournament, I haven't cracked the code, but I've figured those out more. Where those are a marathon, and these are a sprint. So, the people who try them, or the advice for people who try them, it's just like, I guess you just got to experience it yourself and try and figure out your own trick to it.
Anything goes in these things. I mean, like you said, there's a lot of guys in this thing here today, and of all ability levels, and you got to deal with that, don't you?
You do, and and the two guys I played with really struggled. I mean, especially the one, and he didn't affect me negatively. It was alarming to see, like, okay, like you kind of got to pay attention to, is he hitting a provisional or this or that, and it's not in a negative way.
No,
but also it's still eye-opening in the sense that there's guys like that, or there's plenty of guys who are just like, I'm gonna pay $200 and try.
And something says they must feel that they can't.
Yeah, exactly. And I don't know. Golf's a sport, it's entertainment, so guys, play for fun. But if it was imagine if you could pay $200 and like try out one day for New England Patriots or for the Packers. Like, I mean, obviously people would sign up just because it would be a blast.
Right.
But also, if it was a legitimate tryout, people would get killed. I mean, literally, people would die, or they'd certainly walk off with every bone broken in their body. And golf's really unique in that it is open. That these qualifiers are open. That if you get $200. Say that you're a pro and you can come play, you can come try, and I mean, you might catch that magic and get through to the Monday qualifier. Odds are you're never going to get actually through the Monday qualifier. Some of those guys, but that's fine. Sometimes that's the highlight of their golf career if they can do that. And that I mean, it's the unique thing about golf, and it's kind of the fun thing about golf.
Right.
Yeah.
So you've come to the end of the basically the West Coast swing. What's next, and what do you chase now in terms of trying to get your game where you want it for maybe stuff in the fall?
Yeah, I'm still gonna be doing some Mondays. I'm gonna go out to Tampa, doing that one, and I'm gonna go to Puerto Rico. Those are all good qualifiers, or they're all a little bit better, a little bit easier than this. There aren't 5 pre-qualifiers, but that's not for 2 weeks. That's at the end of February that I go. So I got some time. I know I need a little break just because I am mentally or just physically exhausted, and just like I said, that bubble there isn't a bubble. It's totally been burst. So I gotta take some time to relax a bit and find out how I'm gonna work it, or how I'm just gonna practice and get ready going forward. Because I think this year doing the Monday qualifiers, I mean, it's different for me because they're different. They're different animals. Where if you don't get through, you failed. And whereas last year, I was just playing tournaments, and it's like let's just you're guaranteed to play 3 rounds. If you sneak in a money, great. Let's just keep playing better, keep getting taking everything positive out of these rounds, and then all of a sudden these Monday qualifiers, just beat me down mentally a little bit more, knowing that that there's not that much margin for error if you really want to get through, and I really do. So it's like there's the extra pressure on myself to get through, and the game's not there, so it just all kind of blows up. And hopefully today is that rock bottom, where it just blowed up. It's done.
Well, hope for the best, and good luck in Tampa and Puerto Rico, and thanks for talking.
Sure, thanks, Rob.